It's gone dark quite soon because it's quite gloomy weather, and it's probably dead late by now. When I first came out, it was quite dark, and it wasn't that late. So I don't know whether it's more dark nights now or whether it's just because it's been gloomier today. It started out really nice and bright and sunny, but the weather just changed. About 5 or something, it started raining. So you just kind of see the sky is a bit grey. Then you can see my umbrella. There's my umbrella. You can see my umbrella in the sky. And straight ahead I've got the torch on, so I can see in front of me. I like the fact that I can put the torch on while I'm live streaming. So I'm sorry about the thumbnail being so dark, but there's literally no other option. And I thought I wouldn't even be able to take the thumbnail because it wants you just, these days it wants you to smile for the thumbnail, and it'll only take it when it detects the smile, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. There's some light for you guys. Now, up here there's some ducks. Again. Hello, Isa. Nice to see you again. I saw your thumbs up before I saw, it say who's on it. So it said 0 for how many people viewing it, but then a thumbs up popped up, so I thought, oh, there's someone watching, cool. And I had a feeling it was you, seeing as how you always thumbs up it straight away. Nice to see you again. I thought I'd go live now because I was just talking about important things, and I thought I'd rather have it being recorded rather than not. So, right, so I just passed that house, that house with that garden that's on the canal that we see, that I said looked like a golf course, like a crazy golf course. Well, I passed it, and me and my mum have talked about this in the past, about people not flying the Union Jack flag outside their homes because apparently it's offensive to fly our flag for some reason, which I don't really get. It's like our country, we can fly our flag in our country, surely? That's stupid. Anyway, so I've seen people, do it in a way where they can get round it. So this particular person that I've seen is flying a big Union Jack flag in their greenhousey thing, conservatory. So it's indoors, but it's also on display. Like, I could see it visibly from where I was. And I was just thinking about how people don't fly flags unless they want people to see it. Because what's the point of flying a flag in your house for only you to see when you already support that thing that the flag represents? So it's like, okay, you support England, Britain, so you don't need to have a Union Jack in your house because you already know that you support that country, right? So people, like, I do know people who do have a flag in their house, not the Union Jack. It was actually the EU flag. And I was thinking, well, that person has it on display in their house, but of course that's because it can be seen, because this particular room is obviously their sort of room for making videos in. And so let me just catch my breath. I'm going uphill. I'm no good with going uphill. Anything else I can do but uphill kills me. Anyway, so this person I know, who happens to be in the stream right now, has the EU flag in the room where they make the videos and live streams, and it's to show other people that they support the EU. You've not missed much, don't worry. You're pretty much caught up. I'm talking about flags at the minute. Whew, and why people fly them. So people fly flags to show other people, show the world that they support that particular thing that the flag represents. So yeah. Because, like, what's the point? I was just saying, what's the point of flying a flag in your house if nobody's going to see it but you? What's that? Oh, it's a mouse! Oh, that is so cute. Let me see if I can... Where's it gone? No, it's not going. It's not turning around. Oh, that is so freaking tiny. Hello. Hello, you. Are you looking at me? I can't tell. Oh, no. It scampered away. It's so tiny. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I've never seen one that tiny. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, that is adorable. And you guys couldn't see it. I just saw this really tiny thing moving. I thought, oh, it's probably just a leaf or something. But no, it was moving in such a way I thought that's an animal. But it's too big to be a bug, but it's too small to be any animal I've seen. Okay, so there you go. That's my first time seeing a tiny mouse before. I've never seen a real life mouse before. That's so cute. Oh my god. They're just so cute. It was the tiniest thing. The tiniest like mammal I've ever seen. Oh, that is something. Oh, it's a shame it had to be at night where I could barely see it, but I got it. Let me get close, so it's quite happy until I started talking, and then it wasn't. And then it scampered away. That was adorable. It must be like, what kind of mouse is like dead tiny? It could be a baby, but I'm thinking it's grown. Is it a dormouse or something? They're dead tiny. Because I've seen a normal mouse. I've never seen one like that before. Nice that you saw it. Okay, sorry, let me just read stuff. Wow, I missed a lot. You might have the flag for streaming. I could, but I'm not really bothered. I'm not really bothered whether people know I support things or not, to be honest. It's not a necessity for me. But I would probably, if I was going to have any flag flying, it probably would be the Union Jack, because I do support Britain, England in particular. But if I flew the English flag, then people will assume I mean football. I don't support sports, so I wouldn't put the England flag up, because that would just show people that I support, football team, England football team. And if I was going to support any football team, it would be Manchester United, because that's what my family supported, and I love it. I do love Manchester United. I love their flag. Ow. Ow. Oh, cramping hip. Oh dear. Never had that before. Uphills are bad. It started not much. Flying the own country flag is patriotic. That's right, Issa. Hey, Issa, thanks, my friend. Nice to see you, Sean. By the way, also a statement. Hey, boss, I have the worst county flag in my room because I was born there. In USA, they are flying flags so much. They are. Small, cute little furry creature. Yeah, it seems to be quite acceptable for Americans to fly the American flag, but for some reason it's not as I mean, you can do it. I'm presuming it's not illegal, but apparently it's offensive to fly the Union Jack Britain flag, British flag, red, white, and blue, crisscross. If you don't know what a Union Jack is, Union Jack is basically representing England, Scotland, and I'm not sure about Wales. I guess the red is for Wales, I don't know. But I know the Scottish flag is blue and white. Actually, the England flag is white and red, so that's probably it. But I don't know where the Welsh flag comes in. Or even the Ireland flag. I guess that's green, orange, and white. So I don't really know how that works. There's no orange. It's just red, white, and blue. So I don't really know where those two come in. So I guess the Union Jack. I keep saying Jag. No idea why. The Union Jack flag seems to only represent Scotland and England. from what I can see. I don't see any remnants of the other two in there. But you could argue that the red parts could represent Ireland and Welsh because they do have red in them. But the Irish flag doesn't have red, it has orange. So I'm quite confused about that one. Yeah, I do think it's disgusting that America can fly their flag but we can't. And they fly it to excess. Like, I do think that flying it that much is a bit much. But we only fly it every so often. Like, I see it. I've seen a couple of Union Jacks in people's houses. Sort of recently. In fact, I saw a Union Jack just recently in a shop in which foreigners run. So they're obviously all for England or Britain. Where was it now? I thought it was here, but no, it was. I can't remember if it was in Liverpool, but we were passing like a convenience shop that was clearly run by foreigners, and they had the British flag up. So I thought that was pretty cool that they support Britain. You'd think they'd be flying their own flag, but maybe that would be seen as offensive, flying their own flag in our country that they work in. So that could be seen as offensive to us. I mean, nice that you saw it. I saw a German Shepherd puppy this morning. It was very cute. Aww. I just love those. I love the ones that are very tan. And I also love the ones that are very dark as well. The contrast is really cool. Because you only see the black and like reddish tan ones. At least that's what I've seen. And it's always the short-haired version. My favourites are the long-haired version. And the ones that are more unusual colours. Like very light coloured or very dark coloured. Saw a black one for the first time when we went to Chester. Unfortunately, it was a mixed thing because somebody had just insulted me. And then I saw the black German Shepherd. And I was like torn between getting up in arms about being insulted and gushing over the black German Shepherd. But I got it on camera anyway, so if you guys want to see it, it's on my Chester live stream. I did get it on, so that's cool. And you heard me like shouting at someone. Right, my eye's hurting again. Oh dear. Sports are bad, not including sumo wrestling, which is awesome. Sure is. I've only seen a bit of it, but I love it. I actually found some videos by chance on, I think it was Facebook videos. I also saw some heavyweight wrestling as well, which features some really big fatties. And the thinner guy that he was wrestling with, he was pretty hot too. I liked his body. Because it wasn't too skinny and it wasn't too fat, it was sort of just right. And everyone was saying about how this small guy does not have a chance against this big, and it was really cool how they all supported the fat guy. He was the strongest. But they didn't, the only thing I didn't like was that they did make fun of him a little bit. They made fun of the big fat one, and it's like, no, he's far superior because he's big. I'm just going to put the flash on. There we go. I like the long-haired fluffy... Oh, sorry, I'm going way ahead here. How about the St. George flag? I don't know, I've never heard of that. I love the EU flag. I like the long-haired fluffy German Shepherd. What happened to your pool party video? Pool party video? Oh, pool party video! Right, yeah, you mean Liverpool furry meat video. Me trying to make the Liverpool furry meat. Yeah, that was not fun. I mean, it was fun, but I mean, it wasn't fun because I ended up getting up late and missed so much because obviously Liverpool is further afield, so I will admit I did end up sort of dropping the ball on that one. And I do regret it because guess what? The venue was so much bigger and the people were so friendly. Like, it was people I've seen before at the other furry meets, and I went right up to them and said, hey, I've seen you guys at the Manchester furry meet. Even though we didn't talk, but I thought, oh, I'm sure they'll be happy to talk to a familiar face. They've ignored me usually. They have seen me before, but they ignore me. So I thought, I didn't recognise him at first, actually. I just saw a bunch of people that looked like furries because they had like furry heads with them and stuff. Hello, Mama. Furry head. I saw a furry fox head and I thought, oh yeah. So I went right up to them and I didn't recognise him at first, but when I did, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen you at the other furry meets. And he was like really keen to talk, so that was cool. He's a trans female. I said, because I said I'm trans male and he said he was trans female. I thought, oh yay. He was wearing these green, black and white stripy socks and I thought, oh, so cool. I've got some pink and black stripy socks. So it could be twins but in different colours. So I think next time I might wear my pink and black stripy socks. I've got my tail here. I've got my little hamster looking like a pirate because it's got my crossbones tights on its head, so it looks like a pirate. These were the things I was about to take out with me when I realised they were in my bag and I was like, no, I don't want to take them. Because it was making my bag heavy. I thought I would love to take these things with me, but it makes my bag heavier. So I thought, nah. Oh no, my tights are on the floor in the wet. No. Could have worn those tights in my outfit today, but I would have been too hot. Hello, Mama. Hello, Mama. Don't worry, I have to put stuff down. I've not got enough hands. I've got about 1,000 things with me.
John, I don't care.
You do.
Okay, thanks.
You do care. Ew, look what I've got. Catch.
No,
It's just
I don't.
soft. Whoopee. You did it.
What is it? Tights.
Yeah, the skull and crossbones tights you got me.
All right.
I had them with me just in case I got cold.
You did it.
Yeah, no, actually, it's pretty warm.
Obviously not.
I was being pissed on by the rain, but I'm actually quite warm. So it was a bit conflicting. I took a coat with me just in case anyway.
Did you take that thing back?
Yes, I did, but it didn't work. It said there was a problem and I tried doing it several times in several different ways and it just kept complaining, so I gave up. The woman at the shop tried doing it a few times as well.
All right, I'll get in touch with Thingy tomorrow and see if we can send it off tomorrow. They'll probably send me another.
Yeah, it might be just invalid. It said there was something wrong with the QR code.
Yeah.
Invalid or error or something, it said. Why is it zoomed in? It zoomed in, guys. Hey, look, Lino. I was going to take my shoes off, but then I decided against it because I like these shoes. I want to show you guys what shoes I'm wearing right now. Can't see bugger all. Beast of the poops. Beast of the poops. The puppiest of the poops. The puppiest of the poops. Rain is bad, I agree. Hang on. What?
I've only just seen your text because it was charging up.
Oh, right, that's okay.
I didn't hear anything come through.
It's alright, I assumed it would be on charge. But I thought I would try anyway.
Right.
Okay. Sorry about my face. My ex was really bad again. Even though I've been using steroid cream, my face is like gone really bad again. I don't know why. Guess what I'm thinking it is, because I'm stubborn. It's the bloody mold and damp. Coupled with the pollen is high at the minute. Because guess what? My eye's hurting again. Now, it's not my actual eye that's hurting. It's like the surrounding bit in the back. At the back of my eye, so it's like this weird headache. But I don't have the headache part today, I just have the eye pain. It's like a discomfort more than a pain. It's not like a sharp pain or anything. It's like a dull, weird, sickly pain. It's horrible. Hopefully you will make it on time the next time on Bigger Furry Meet. Liverpool Furry Adventure Stream was nice to see all the places. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit more exciting than Manchester. I'm not gonna lie, like the first times I went to Manchester, which was like maybe the first couple of times, I was impressed, but I kind of like it, but it's kind of, I don't know. First of all, like it's become familiar to me now. So I like that. I like the fact that it's become like one of the places I go to now with Jay, which is awesome. But I don't know, it doesn't feel as like nice as Liverpool. So I've been to Manchester, I've been to Chester, I've been to Liverpool, and out of those three places I prefer Liverpool. Chester I like because obviously the beautiful buildings and cobble streets and everything. But I don't know, the atmosphere is like not as good, and I got meowed at like a heck of a lot. And it wasn't like nice meows, it was like people being aggressive meows or just people taking the piss meows. And that wasn't too pleasant, but it wasn't bad obviously, but it just wasn't, I wasn't expecting it, I don't know. And it was just like surprising. But when I went to Manchester, I didn't get like disrespectful meows. Ooh. Yeah. Busy. I got a few meows in Liverpool the first time I went, but not too much. I got the odd ones in the last one where I went the other on Saturday, but they seemed more friendlier, which is fine. It's okay when people do it in like a cute way, but obviously if people are doing it in disrespect. So I want to tell you a story. So once upon a time, who's my mum talking to? Once upon a time, when I went out today, I went in the takeaway place, and I didn't even notice, but these kids went by and they went meow at me again. So I don't really get it like round here, because usually they howl at me because they usually know me as Wolfie, but they started meowing at me around here as well. So they were going past, I just heard meow, so I went meow back, and then I put my head out and looked, and it was like these three teenagers. I think there was one girl and two boys, or it might be the other way around, I can't remember, but they look like hooligans. Nice that you have friends who adventure to with and go to new places. Bigger the tolerance towards differences. I don't know, guys. It depends where you go. I wouldn't say that these places are any more tolerant than my area. In fact, after going to these few places, I actually thought that my area was more fucking tolerant. And you know how much I complained about this area not being tolerant before, but only because I get harassed by the stupid kids. But like overall, like in general, with like grown-ups and stuff, grown-ups tend to accept, like the grown-ups accept me like this, and the grown-ups accept it so much that they actually get disappointed if I'm not wearing my ears. Older people in particular, whereas the young people are the ones that are more immature. I mean, you expect it from young people just being immature, but like this is next level immature. This is like they should be taught in schools not to bully people or make fun of people or judge people because they're different. Like I thought this was being taught in schools now, and that's the issue I'm having. Which is what I was actually discussing to myself before I started live streaming and then talking about the flags and shit. And I thought I should be talking about this on stream instead of just talking to myself about it when I don't hear it. So yeah, I was talking about, why is it so freaking dark? Let me get the light. So annoying. I'm blinded, but well, at least you can see me. Oh. Do I really want you guys to see me right now with my face being bad though? I don't know. Anyway, God, that's bright. That is really bright because it's been charged up, so it's proper. That's better, isn't it? It didn't help that keeps going dark though. Right, these need washing, but I've had them out airing, so they should be a bit better. So this is my contribution to the stripy look anyway. I wish I had pink ones. Pink and black. Trying to imagine what pink and white would look like. That would look pretty cool as well. Can't remember where I got these. I think they were a present, but I can't be sure. Looks like I've got bandages on. I'm a mummy. Boss in the spotlight. Nice to see. Yeah, I've read that bit. Sorry, my mistake. By the way, I've been growing my nails to look pointy. This one's really grown. These need cutting because they're a bit too long for my liking. But they're very impressive. These are also quite long as well, and this one is really long. So I'm thinking of actually cutting them and then shaping them again because they're a bit too long. This one's really long as well. But this one, when I'm fumbling around with buttons, it bends backwards and it's really... Who is my mum talking to? Let me just check. Oh yeah, she's right. She's not talking to anyone. She was just doing one of them automated message things. She's talking to a machine. I have one in my room. A flag. Yeah, the EU flag. He does. I've seen it. He does live streams. I actually miss your live streams, Richard. Yeah. Crying out loud. I love it when she goes, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I love it when she does that. It's so funny. She did it twice. It was so funny because I got one on record. I was actually talking to my friend with voice notes, and you can hear my mum going, no, oh no, in the background. It was so funny. So she commented on, because I was actually being straight faced and just being like, yeah, blah de blah de blah de blah, and you could hear the oh no in the background, and I was just ignoring it. But my friend was like, oh, she's going oh no in the background. Oh, that's so funny. And then she did like this comic thing. She drew my mum, imagining what she was doing and looking like when she was doing that. It was funny. Oh no! Oh no, no! It was quite fun. Did I show you this? My new shoes. They're purple. My favourite colour, lilac. Actually, no, these are lavender. Lilac is more blue. This is more like a pinky, purpley, bluey. So, shit, awesome. This doesn't smell of shit. It smells like mud. They're not very attractive, I'm afraid, because look, they've got that bit at the bottom that splays out that looks stupid. And my mum said, as soon as I came in and she saw my outfit, I was dressed in my suit, but then I was wearing these, and she said, you look dead smart on the top, but then on the bottom you look like a scruff or something, she said. But, oh, thanks, Mum. And she pointed out that those pants, you know, the blue pants that I've been using as my Jeremiah blue suit pants, because they're like checkered, she said, oh, they look like you're wearing your nightwear, your pyjama bottoms or some shit. Well, yay, thanks, Mum. My Little Mermaid book. I put that, I could attach this to myself. Yay. So I can carry that around if I want to. It's not likely to stay there, but I could put it on the thing. I've just realised I didn't put any jewellery on today. Naughty me. Nice shoes. Asbo. I don't think it says anything. Absolute bollocks. me say what ASBO means. It basically means astronomical sod off bollocks orangutan. I now have an ASBO. I'm a mafia boss, so it's right that I should have an astronomical sod off bollocks orangutan. Want to know why? Because some guy sexually harassed me online, and I shared the screenshots of the convo in a video on my YouTube channel, and he got pissed and started threatening me with some sort of order to take me to court. Defamation of character order, which sounds like an ASBO to me. It has been 3 weeks since he threatened me with court, and this ASBO and nothing has happened. Yet, lol. All talk. What a wuss. Where's my court date and ASBO, you wuss? I'm still waiting. Looks at my watch. I am not scared to go to court because I know I'm right and he's in the wrong. That was my defense. So I was preparing to go to court in this little book. I've got my freaking speech and everything. I've got my alibi and what have you. This is my alibi. Let me tell you my alibi. Or whatever. I'm not sure if it's an alibi, but it's like a reason why I'm right and he's wrong and he's going to lose and I'm going to win. Okay. This is my reasoning. This is my defense. Also, I am da boss and nobody messes with da boss. Boss puss. That's my defense. So my defense is he's wrong, I'm right, and I'm the boss. That is all. Next story. Nice shoes. Those are really nice, boss. I plan on going on TikTok on Wednesday. Oh, cool. When boss says Riches, is that you, my friend? Yes. Thanks, just clearing that up, mate. Sorry. I didn't mean to say his name, but the reason why I said his name was because my mum has been watching Keeping Up Appearances, and the main character, called Hyacinth, is always saying, Richard! So when anybody's called Richard, I say it like that. I thought it was funny. Well, he's already famous, so who cares if I say his name right? I'm sure he's okay with it. If not, then I will make sure to only call him by his nickname in the future. Of course. Thanks, just clearing that up. Ugh, I have a stuffy nose tonight. Right, I've got to say something now, though, to you guys. I would appreciate it if, in future, that if you know where I am in any given live stream or video, I'd appreciate you not to say it in the comment section or the chat. Just because I don't want everybody always knowing where I am if they don't recognise it. Like, obviously, if people already know where it is because they recognise it, then fair enough, but I'd rather it not be point out. And I'd rather people, if they know my real name, I'd rather them not say it. Not because of privacy so much as just I don't want people knowing my real name, because I want people to only know me by Jeremiah. Lord Jeremiah. I am okay with you using my real name. I'm sure no one minds. We are all friends here. Oh, that feels so much better. I've decided I'm going to turn it off, because that is killing my retinas. Plus, I don't think it really sheds much more light on me. But I'm not a wuss, you see, so I'm not bothered about people knowing my name. It's just the only reason why I don't like people saying my name is because I'd rather be known as Jeremiah. I've just always been offended by my own name. I don't know why. I've never liked it. I've always changed it ever since I was a little kid. Even before I discovered I was trans male, I used to always insist I was called something else, anything else but my real name. And I used to always decide what name I'd prefer and have people call me that. So it's kind of just an offence to me, that's all. Right. Well, now my hip and knee left hurt worse than ever now, with cracks, clunks, scrapes, and sickly pains in hip, both, and even in the stomach. And guess why? Because of all the stress. All the stress. Of course, I can't escape my real name in this house, with my mum keeps saying it over and over again on my live streams. But I'm just saying, if anyone hears it being said, I'd rather them not call me by that name. I'd rather them call me Jeremiah. Because of the stress. My mum has been stressing the hell out of me all day, and I yelled back, which got me more stressed out after having a day of relaxation and feeling better. Now I feel stressed again. I wouldn't need painkillers or anything. I wouldn't have pain or itches or rashes if I didn't live amongst mold, damp, rat shit, and all the yelling and anger. Not only does it stress me out, but it's also not good for my health anyway, including mental health, outward and inward physical health. Not only did I yell at my mum because she was really winding me up, expecting me to be the slave while I'm hurt and ill, but also because other people have been treating me like dirt the last 2 days, especially today. The doctor yelled at me today. Jasmine from next door was kind of nasty, and also people on TikTok were being shitty. This does not help. I remember that. Yeah, Jasmine was like yelling at me, saying I was slagging her parents off when I wasn't, and now everybody hates me because of that. Like the neighborhood, they're like my next door neighbors. They hate me, and also their busy mates hate me as well. Their busy mates are my neighbors now. There's like neighbors that live over there, and they used to like me. They used to always chat to me when they saw me, but now they just give me dirty looks or ignore me now, and they're always next door, like having parties and shit with the new neighbors. It's like the new neighbors have been here only for a few years. We've been here for like fucking 27, actually, 30, no wait, 27, no, 28, 29 years, something like that. And they know us, like they're familiar with us, and we've chatted and everything. But these people move in next door, and they've only been there for 3 years, and I've managed to turn them against me. They managed to turn people who have lived here for years against other people who have lived here for years, and they've always been all right with us. And yet these people are new. They should be the ones that are picked on because they're new. They shouldn't be turning people who are not new against other people who are not new. That's not how it works. It's usually the new people who get picked on, and the old people. And when I say old, I mean the people who've lived in an area for the whole life. Usually are the ones who are accepted. But no, this happened with my mum as well. She was working at this place for many years, and this new girl came, and this new girl managed to turn everyone against my mum who had worked there for years. I'm like, how? She doesn't even know my mum. Like, why would she be more trustworthy than people that they've known for years? Like, I get that me and the neighbours have not really like been friends. Like, we're not like bosom buddies. We're not like that. But we have chatted and we've been pleasant to each other, and they should know us kind of more than these new people, and they're like, they prefer the new people, even though the new people are fake. I've said this before. Well, not all of them, just one of them. I only have a problem with one out of the 3 people who live next door. I only have a problem with one of them, and that's because that person has been kind of not very nice to my mum, and then not very nice to me a couple of times. But the other 2 have been perfectly fine. So I'm not going to say bad things about them or slag them off as I've been accused of doing. In fact, I'm not going to slag any of them off. I just want to, it's just that I have called myself the bringer of truth. So I'm just telling the truth. It's not slagging someone off when you're telling the truth, okay? The only time it's slagging them off is if I'm telling a lie about them and saying that they're bad people because, like, no evidence, no justification. That's slagging off. It's like when people slag me off, it's slagging off because it's not true. Like, they're making rumors up about me. But when I say stuff about other people, it's because it's true. So I don't like say, oh yeah, you're a dickhead or you're a shit or anything. You know, like I'm not gonna say proper like nasty insults, which is proper slagging off. All I said at the time was that they shouldn't be having lockdown parties because it was the law at the time, and I was just like pointing out that they shouldn't be having lockdown parties. That is not slagging them off, that's just stating a fact. But still going on about it to this day. And I think what they did was they told the neighbour what I said, which was that they shouldn't be having lockdown parties. And that's gotten her all up in arms because they're like this now. That neighbour and the new neighbours next door are now like this, and they're always there at their house, and they're like Bezzy mates. I call them Bezzy mates. And it's not fair because they've lived here for years and they've known us for years. It's like, why aren't we getting invited to anything? Like, you know, it's so annoying. It's like every single one of the people next door always had parties because they've got a big garden. So they've always had like a lot of parties, and like ones that have been private, obviously I don't mind not getting invited to them because they were obviously just for close friends and family. Although I was friends with their granddaughter, so I should have been invited, but whatever. Well, there is the sort of more public events that they have. We're never invited to those. And it's not like they have a notice board sort of advertising it. They used to, but they don't anymore. So we don't know when out's going on. So it would have been nice, because I think they've got our contact, I'm not really sure. But they should really have said, right, we're having a get together, we're having a public event get together thing in our garden. You're invited if you want to come. Like, just be courteous and just do that. Or like if you need any help, you know, because they're supposed to be like, they're basically beacons of the community. So they should be sort of offering help to their people. Like, we're sort of their people. Which I don't accept, obviously, because I'm the Lord and Master of the universe, so everyone's my people. But it's just that these kind of people think that they're God because of the profession they're in, and it's like, no, sorry, you're fake as hell. You're going to hell. Not really. God ain't happy with you, but I'm sure he will give you a chance. Because I know the real truth. So that's what happens after you die. I'm the Lord and Master of the universe, so I should know. Really, shouldn't I? Nothing wrong with being heavy and soft with round belly. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm not slagging people off. I'm just saying, A, they shouldn't have been having parties during lockdown. You weren't even allowed to have get-togethers outside the house. Right, this is getting annoying now. What? I'm trying to make a video.
It failed to send it to you. The new code.
Right.
Oh, now what do
I really don't know. All you can do is send it to me in Messenger.
How do I do that?
You gotta go to your Messenger, your
Wait a minute. Can I
Facebook Messenger.
Why won't it let me? Oh, God's sake.
Actually, no, that won't work because I'll need the
Just
internet.
come here a second, will you?
Alright.
Oh, hang on a minute. See. That one will do it.
Hopefully it'll work. You didn't zoom into it again, did you? Because I think that's the problem.
Is it the... Oh,
I think it's because it was all blurry. I'm not really sure. So try send it to me like a normal
just
size.
Just a minute. Just a second.
Fair enough. Just send me both anyway, if it's possible.
I don't know which one I've done now, okay?
Okay. La la la.
Oh! Oh, I'm getting pissed off now.
I can tell. I understand because technology is really annoying.
Deleting that photo and deleting the other one.
Yes, probably a good
I
idea.
don't know where the fuck I'm up to. Crap,
She said fuck. You said fuck. Burberry Goddess.
What's
Sounds
going
lovely.
on now? Oh.
Fuck knows.
Now it's turned into a thing now where I can't.
No.
I've got to now type the characters you see in this image, which I've tried to do.
Nah. Technology's an arse. I'm gonna take off the boots now. Just 'cause I can.
Look! Now I'm pressing continue shopping. Look, I'm pressing continue shopping! I haven't got the QR code now. It's gone.
How's that happened?
Don't know.
You mean the picture's gone?
The actual fucking thing.
I wonder if maybe
Just a minute, just now. Let me just...
Well, I was just gonna say maybe I should take your phone or something. Maybe it'll...
Just a minute.
Excuse
Please.
me. All right.
Where's that baby? Use again, turn on. Open store. See print store.
Bugger.
Location.
I got cramp in my hip before.
I don't know, it's all gone fucking pear-shaped.
No, it cracked.
Turn code.
Let's do some exercises.
Right, there it is. Right, I'm going to take the picture.
Okay.
Right.
Heard that.
I'm not going to do a crop and scale, just leave it as is and send it to you.
Yeah.
What?
Just leave it as it is and send it to me. But do a crop one as well.
No, failed to send. Won't send it to you.
Yeah, that's what used to happen to me. It let me send some things, but not other things. If I
Well, we did it the first time.
Well, yeah, I know that. That's because it seems to pick and choose what it allows you to send. So if you send one image, it won't let you send another one. So you just wasted it, I suppose, in a way. I don't know why it does this. Maybe it's because it's something to do with storage. I think it saves it to your phone again once you send it to them.
Of course, you're on that age. We have to wait until whatever it is, the 18th, which will be way too late. So you're going to take my phone.
It's fine. That's what I was going to suggest. I'll take your phone. The problem is it means I have to come home to give it back to you and go back out.
Well, all you have to do is just put it on the Chinese.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Twiddly diddly, right?
Twiddly diddly.
I've expanded it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Now it's whether we find it again. This is the problem. You know what
So yeah, that's why I wanted to do a photo, because it was always going to be there.
Well, is there any
on the
way I can
first.
do this with it? Yeah, I think that's it, because what happens is there are a few things now that you can't do until you're thingy what's it, bobbly jobbly, where it what's it, which is into the 18th or something.
Yeah, regenerates or
Right, I'm hoping it
refreshes, maybe refreshes your data, sort of thing.
Oh, it's just a bloody pity I can't do something with this. Oh, I'll have to just look for it again if I can't find it. Right, okay. Yeah, that's what it'll be. Could you just give that a new tin? Because I've got all frustrated because I tried several phone calls. I got to a point and it kept going silent.
Yeah.
Ugh. Nightmare.
It is, isn't it? Just a bit. Mum yelling. That was funny. I saved it as a highlight so you guys can see it. Just that bit of my mum going insane. At least it's not her going insane at me. It's her going insane at the phone. Not going right. Can't say I blame her. I'm the same with technology. It never works for me. No one else seems to have a problem though. Like no one ever seems to run out of space, so that they seem to be able to sort of always get like as many apps as they want and take as many pictures and videos as they want, because they never seem to have a problem with having no space. It's like, because everyone wants you to get their app, like businesses, it's like Tesco, Sainsbury's, Costa, Starbucks, McDonald's, Weatherspoons. It's like, I don't have, well, I personally anyway don't have enough space for all these useless apps. And when I say the useless apps, I mean apps that you're not really going to be using. It's just something that's there so that whenever you go to the place you can get points. It's like you can do that with a fucking loyalty card. Why can't we just have loyalty cards? Why do we have to have the app for everything now? It's like I keep trying to use my club card at Tesco, it won't work. But instead of giving me a new one, they just say get the app, and I'm like, I can't get the fucking app. I don't want it. I don't even want it. I don't want the fucking apps for all these stupid shops, cafes, and what have you. Just give me a fucking loyalty card, which I do have. I have a loyalty card now for Starbucks, but guess what? I can't take advantage of it because I don't have the app. So it's like, I got the loyalty card before my birthday and I racked up loads of points so I could get my free coffee on my birthday. They won't give it to me because I didn't have the fucking app. Ugh. It's like, I hate this system. It's screwed up. It's like this because they're just trying to get everyone to have as many fucking apps on their phone so they can fucking track you and keep tabs on you and God knows what. Like, the only reason why phones have cameras and microphones is so they can spy on you. But at least they're useful. Like, getting apps for these fucking places is not useful, apart from racking up points, which you can do with a loyalty card. Boing! I don't need to get useless apps that I'm never going to use other than to rack up points. They're just there sitting on my phone doing nothing. I only want apps I'm going to use, like chatting apps, social media, them games, and them other useful apps. Like you can get a sleep app, which is cool, and you can get like a chakra healing app and a Sadhguru app. I've got all those apps and I like them, but unfortunately to use them you have to pay, so that sucks. But it would be a really useful app if you didn't have to pay. And I've got a brain training app, which is useful. Like, they're useful apps. Having fucking Costa and Starbucks and Tesco is not useful to me. They're just going to sit there. Loyalty card people. I don't mind having a million of them. I have enough space. I hate apps. My bus service, Diamond, and National Express forced me to use the app. Apps are bad. Just like say. I know, right? Oh, by the way, I just want to let you know, because there's people like probably in my area watching my streams. A lot of people had to go at my friend because I'm not. You guys know, right? I'm not a member of that. What's it? The town's community group, because they're all like bullies and toxic people, and all the hooligans are on there. So I avoid that Facebook group like the plague. So my friend is on there that lives in Germany. Hiya. So if I want to say anything in that group, I have him say it. And he said, and he goes on anonymous because he doesn't want them coming to his Facebook profile and like having a go at him or spying on him. So he posts anonymously. I would do that, but the admins will see. The admins can see who you are, but the rest of the people there can't. And by the way, the admin on that, I'm going to call it D community group. The admin is just the same as all the toxic hooligans, by the way. He's a young lad and he's really toxic and really... Yes, just a minute! He's really toxic and immature, just like all the hooligans and the nasty, horrible, scally chavs on there. Shut up, I'm trying to make a video. And so he goes on there and makes his post anonymous because he didn't want to get shit. But like, unfortunately, the admins can see him and they're just as bad. They're not mature. You think admins would be a bit more mature, but no, not this one anyway. He must be one of the hooligans, or the kids of the hooligans, or like I say, the parents of the hooligans. He must be one of the kids that has grown up. But anyway, my friend put a post up about how I'm just a little bit peeved that the Lavazza coffee machine at the Co-op is going to be now changed to a Costa because they're changing to a Morrison's. And my friend was just like asking, like, how can my friend like complain about it or just make a suggestion? And instead of giving me useful useful advice, they were like being, oh my god, is this a joke? And like there was quite a few, like about 3 or 4 people saying, is this a joke? It's got to be a joke. It can't be serious. And the rest of them were like, oh, first world problems, and oh, there are children starving and there's homelessness on the rise, and you're going on about coffee. And I was like, well, there's a perfectly valid reason for that, mate. Because if I have to keep buying fucking Costas, which cost the earth, I might end up being starving. I might end up being homeless. That's why it's not a first world problem. It's something that can contribute to people becoming homeless, poor and starving, actually. And they were like, oh, just get coffee in your house and make coffee in your home. And I'm like, yeah, but I like to have coffee when I'm out. I don't drink coffee at home. I like to go out and have a coffee. It's one of my few pleasures in life. I don't get fucking many. Unfortunately, I couldn't defend myself because the admin had made it so you can't comment, so I couldn't say any of all this. And when I say I mean I would tell him what to say and he would say it because I can't do it personally. But he sent me the screenshots. And I was like, ugh. I really wanted to reply, but of course my mum said it's not a good idea and they're just dickheads. But I wanted to say, well, actually, it's one of my few pleasures in life because I've had a very limited life so far, a limited situation. So one of my few pleasures is going out, having a bit of something to eat and a coffee. And your suggestion of getting coffee in was not helpful because it means I have to have coffee here at the house. Flasks ain't that good. The coffee would be cold by the time I got there because I have to piss about. Unfortunately, I can't just go straight there to the place I like to eat and drink. I have to piss about first. So by the time I get there, it'll be cold, even in a flask. Plus, I don't have one anyway, and they're probably a good one's probably expensive. So that's more money for a flask, more money to buy coffee to have in the house, just for it to go cold when I go out. Unless, like I say, it's a bloody good flask and it keeps it really hot. So yeah, so now you got, guys, I bet the people from that group already know it's probably going to be me. Because they seem to know everything. They seem to always know when something's me. And they kept going like this, they kept going like in quotes, your friend. Because they obviously didn't think that that person writing was actually talking about their friend. But it's true. They write for me because I don't want to be involved in the toxicity. So I'm not on there. So I get other people to write what I want to say in there. Like I've asked him to put posts on there, like asking where I can. That's how I got this perm. Because he looked up how I could, like who not looked up, but like asked in the group like who does perms because nobody does perms anymore. So it's like who does perms, and yeah, that's how I found my person to do my perm. So I have them do that, and like when we wanted a kitten, I asked him to ask in there like who, you know, if anybody's I got a cat who's having kittens and they want to adopt them out. My local friend will have a kitten. Nothing's come of it though. Everyone just keeps saying to go to a shelter, which we can't do because that means people coming to the house to inspect it before we could get a kitten, and my mum won't have that. So yeah, I need to just either buy one or adopt one by other means. My mum won't having people coming to this house, so she's funny about having strangers, especially inspectee like people coming, because she doesn't like authority of any kind because she's had nothing but shit from them in the past. So she's not too, her and authority don't mix. even if it's not authority as such. I mean, a cat inspector person isn't really authority. But it's someone inspecting your house and judging you and your house, and it's kind of like, if they have a problem with you, they can make shit up. Like, because that's happened before. I'll be drinking coffee in heaven. I love it so much. Okay, but I hate the fact that these people think that me liking coffee is a first world problem and having a preference for a specific coffee. I said, first of all, there's 3 shops now that sell Costa. So if I want a Costa, I can go to 2 shops. But this one shop had the coffee that I like that's not Costa, and it's cheaper. The Lavazza coffee is cheaper. So now I'm basically being forced to buy a more expensive coffee that's more shit, less quality. I'm being forced to when I prefer a certain coffee. It's like, I thought everyone was up in arms about not having a choice and, being forced in one direction. But these people are up in arms about me having a choice for a specific coffee I like that's cheaper and nicer, and calling it first world problems. Now let's review. As far as I know, coffee is made by these third world country people that are starving and struggling. By me buying these coffees and having a preference for certain coffee surely puts more money in their pocket. So it is I feel like these people are just saying this stuff just to wind me up, and it is working because they're ridiculous. It's not winding me up for any other reason other than the fact that they are dumb. They're just showing themselves up to be the most ignorant, stupid people, and they're what's wrong with society and the world, not me for preferring a specific coffee. So yeah, if any of you are in the D community group, you know who it is, who the friend is, who's complaining about the coffee and not liking Costa. And they were all being sassy, like saying, "Oh, long live Costa, I like Costa, yeah." You know what I mean? It's like they were just all being like that. And it's like, well, fuck you. Fuck you for saying Costa is better and saying that I can't have a choice. And I'm a bad person for having a choice.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a bad person for having a preference. It's like when people were going on about how I'm a bad person because I preferred blonde, blue-eyed, white men, and they all said I was racist, and I'm like, it's not racist, it's a fucking preference. I'm allowed to have a fucking preference, and I stand by the preference because it's what my line's like. It's not like I'm saying, oh well, I hate everybody else, so that would be racist. It's like, no. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Where's that little... Am I going mental? Where's my little cup gone? I've lost my cup. So what was I saying? I went over the tangent there, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, they're only winding me up because they're just showing how stupid and ignorant and how they're what's wrong with the world. That they are. Not for any other reason. They wind me up because they're just acting like people from the Dark Ages. Like they think they're all aware and not ignorant by having a go at me for having a preference for coffee and saying that there's more pressing issues going on in the world. But they show themselves up by the fact that they don't realise that these little things that seem like a small issue contribute to bigger problems. I mean, if you told me, right, if these people just in a civilised manner said, right, well, Costa coffee are produced by third world countries with possible starving children, homeless children, women and what have you, and said the reason why everybody favours Costa is because we're contributing to putting money in their pockets who make the coffee. You know, like the people who make Costa coffee are the people who, you know, like they're the ones who are profiting. The people who are like in third world countries that are starving. Then I'd be like, okay, right, yeah, that makes sense. But no, they're just like, you're a bad person because you have a preference for Lavazza coffee over Costa. And it's like, well, I don't know, do I? I don't know why people prefer Costa. I think it's naff. I personally don't like the taste. I think it's watery. And just like more bland, it's watery, bland, and stronger. And I know most people like coffee because of its strength. I personally don't like the taste of coffee or tea. I prefer them weaker. So when I have a cup of tea, as you can see, I have just less than half of the water that contains tea. And then the rest of it consists of milk because I don't like the taste of tea. So I have decaf because it tastes less like tea. It's like my mum, she says she likes fish, but she doesn't like the taste of fish. She doesn't like fish that tastes of fish. It sounds weird. It sounds insane. But she doesn't like fish that tastes fishy. I don't like tea that tastes of tea, and I don't like coffee that tastes of coffee. I like coffee that tastes of milk. I'm allowed to think this. I am allowed and entitled to have these opinions. I am allowed to have a preference, a certain taste, a certain palate. I'm allowed to prefer decaf, very weak tea. I'm allowed to like Lavazza coffee and dislike Costa. And by people saying that I'm basically being ridiculous and this is going to be a joke and Costa's the best, long live Costa, and all the shit that they were saying, it's basically them saying I should like Costa because we all like Costa. So you've got to be the same because we've all got to be sheep. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's disgusting. Hi, Axanumanum. Thanks for having them support me. What's that YouTube channel that you are? This link is for Isa. Oh, is that your YouTube channel? Not going to lie, but I mean, I don't want to be rude, but I feel like possibly could you in future ask me before you put links to your personal YouTube channels or social medias or whatever? Obviously, I don't mind people like Axanum and Isa posting my links, that's fine. But I'd rather people not say my name in the comments or chat if they know my real name. I'd rather people not say where I am, like my location. And also I'd rather people ask first before just putting links in my chats and stuff to their own shit for somebody else. If you don't mind. Just because I've noticed other people. I've been told off for that before. I was watching someone's live stream and I posted my links in the chat and they went up in arms about it. I was quite confused as to why they were getting so up in arms about it. Sorry, it was my belly video for Isa. I know, but I'd rather you ask for it. Just because other people do it and they must do it for a reason, so. Seems how everyone wants me to be a sheep. Let's embrace sheep. Heck, I'm a sheep. That's my Chinese animal, which, by the way, never seems to ever be the year of the sheep. I've known about it. I keep missing it, clearly. That's annoying. Why does this ear seem to be taller than this one? You know, when I first got these, I thought they were even, but now I realise this one's pointier than this one, like taller. That's quite annoying. I thought, oh, these are the first ears I've ever had that are even, and they're actually not. Try not to let it bother me though, because it's not too noticeable, I don't think. And I thought maybe they were moldable and they went out of shape or something, but no. So it was my very first early video. I'll show you guys my art before I stop streaming. So, once upon a time, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, so, in conclusion, I now have to put up with yet another Costa machine in a small area where there are already 2 shops that sell Costa. That's the problem. It's like there's already... Okay, fair enough. People like Costa. They prefer Costa for whatever the God knows hell what reason. Fair enough. They prefer Costa, but they can get Costa. It's not like It's not like I'm asking people to replace Costas with all Lavazas. I'm just trying to say that there are already 2 Costas in the area. I could get a Costa if I wanted a Costa. They can too. But I asked for just 1 shop to keep the Lavazza because I prefer the Lavender. And I thought that this whole world, this era, was supposed to be all about choices and every different kind of person and all that stuff. But no, I feel like everybody just wants everybody to be the same and have the same preferences and all look the same and act the same and think the same. And I thought that's what we were trying to stop. So as far as I'm concerned, people just contradict themselves, and this is why I'm afraid to say that the world is gonna probably blow up unless people change their ways. I feel like I've only lived on this planet for a short time, but I can already see that humans are just shit and just screwing up the planet. So the world's already going to probably blow up due to the shitty way in which humans treat the planet, let alone just their shitty attitudes and wars and just all these conflicts. I feel like the world's just going to implode anyway, because it's going to be sick of it one day. Like, you people can't make up your minds. You're not one unit. You're all segregated and separated. Blacks versus whites versus black. People who like Costa having to go at the one person who likes Lavazza. We aren't tolerating this anymore. Then the world's like, you know what, I'm sick of this. Fuck you. I'm just going to explode. I feel like that's what's going to happen if they don't get their act together. So there. It's trying to make all the people equal and the same. Alright, Fluffer? The feast? What do you mean Taylor is alright? The feast? Feast? I was saying this, so yes, I forgot to mention that. I think I might have mentioned it, but I'm writing a new book now called Paraphilia 2. And although Jeremiah's story is already a start in how people are shit and basically teaching life lessons throughout the story or series, but Paraphilia 1 and Paraphilia 2 really highlight the issues more and introduce the concept of these 2. So Jeremiah is the sun god. So he's obviously, he's mortal because he's got a human body on this planet, but he's really immortal. But having been put on the planet Earth, he is kind of mortal now, with some godlike powers, kind of like Hercules being a demigod. But Jeremiah is all god, but he's been put in a human body on Earth to experience life on Earth. It wasn't made clear to him though that that's what was happening, so he doesn't really know why he's been put on the Earth. But he started out life as a ball of light in the sky, a smaller ball of light compared to the sun, probably about this big, maybe bigger, but obviously smaller than the sun, but maybe bigger, smaller than the Earth as well. Very cute. and then he was made to be put on Earth and take on the form of a human. And then he ruled Egypt for a while because that's where he was put, in Egypt. But he had to wander the desert to get to the city, the Egyptian city. I don't know which one exactly. The one where the pyramids are, near where the pharaoh lives. I forgot which one that is. Is that Cairo? Just forgive me if I'm wrong. I think it is. I'm not really sure. Lavazza is great. Finally, someone who agrees. Lavazza is great. In order for me to have Lavazza, I have to go all the way to Wetherspoons, which is in Ashton. And I'm not going to Ashton every bloody time I go out. I want to go local sometimes. Be able to get one. Now, Starbucks is very nice, but it's very costly. I do like Starbucks coffee. But it's always closed anyway, every time I go. Anyway, so yeah, so it becomes like the king of Egypt, Jeremiah, in his like human mortal form. But he's actually quite an, as you can imagine, like quite an evil, sadistic king. Because he's sadistic. So he was like spoiled and greedy, and he made his slaves like work really hard and on very little food, so they were skinny, and they had to do a lot of work, and they had to build pyramids and monuments and all sorts, and like the Sphinx monument, and also a monument of Jeremiah that had the Sphinx body and his head, and they were forced to make those, build those, and they were forced to bring him lots of food, and the people of the city and the village and the towns nearby had to bring him money, like in Robin Hood, where everyone had to give up their money to give to the king. The prince, sorry, he was a prince. So it was like, but instead of someone going and collecting tax like the sheriff of Nottingham, they had to personally go to the palace and bring him the money personally. Have a great night. Thanks for liking Lavazza, because so far I feel like I'm the only one. Good bunched. And then so basically they'd come because they wanted to beg him, like, oh, can I please keep my money? Can I have money? Can I have food? They would come to him and talk to him about their problems and stuff, and he would just send them away and say, fuck off. And it was brilliant because he was able to sort of rub it in their face how wealthy and powerful that he was. But we don't, obviously, I don't think this is obvious. This doesn't get told to us in Jeremiah's story, but this probably gets told to us in Paraphilia too. So obviously it focuses a lot on the supreme ruler of the universe as well. That story. So it is an extension of Jeremiah's story, but it's technically a separate book. And the story's told to us, but in a different way. So it's an extension of it, but it's about like Jeremiah's history, and it focuses a lot on current times and also Jeremiah's history and how he came to be on this planet and his journey that's more supernaturally. And obviously the supreme ruler of the universe. So in other words, Jeremiah's story, it seems like just an ordinary story, like a period drama sort of thing. A sort of psychological period drama with twists and turns and everything, just like kind of like Fingersmith. I mean, that was a bloody good 2-part film. Apparently it was based off The Handmaiden's Tale or something. I don't really know what it's about, to be honest with you. I now know what The Handmaid's Tale is, but I'm not sure if they're two separate books or films. I'm not really 100% sure. Right, so it looks... So now Anthony's gone. We've got 3 viewers, so that must be Cookie, Fatty, Issa, and either Anxanumanumanum or Sean. I'm not sure which is the third person. I'm not sure who all is still watching because I've had up to about 5 and then 6 and then 7 for a bit, so I thought maybe it was the silent people. Okay, so Anxanumanum, Issa, and Richard are still watching. That's pretty cool. Hopefully you guys will enjoy these stories when I put them out there. They're obviously starting off as books. I've been writing the damn thing. Paraphilia is a new one, but obviously Jeremiah's story I've been writing for 10 years. And I feel like it's good, really, because I feel like I've developed the characters and the storylines for 10 years, so hopefully they'll be like far superior than how they would have been had I written the whole thing and then published it, you know, back then. Like, obviously it would have taken me probably a few years to write it, you know. I don't know how long it takes writers usually to write books, but obviously they have to do research, they have to really sort of like work on the characters and work on the storylines, so that might take a while. And sometimes it's not always just research, like looking things up or reading books. Sometimes it's about actually experiencing life and experiencing certain things or traveling to give you ideas. Like, you've already got an idea, like a foundation, but then elaborating on that and making it more perfect, it helps to do things like travel and have experiences. It's like I've had more opportunities this year to travel more and learn about people and human behavior, which I've already been studying for years, but I feel like it helps more when you're actually closer to people. By the way, Richard, I noticed that when you sent me a video, I think it was of a kitten or something, a cat and a kitten. I can't remember which. I think your cat had kitten. A cat had kittens, and you were videoing it, and I could hear me talking in the background. That was pretty cool. I thought, oh, I they've got the telly on in the background. It's like, it's me. I can hear me talking. That was pretty cool. So he's got 2 phones as well, like me. I've got a phone. I've got 3 phones, actually. Technically, I've got loads of phones, but I've got 2 main ones that I was using, and now basically I've got 3, like 2 iPhones and this, which still, well, my old one still works, but my newest one doesn't work because of that bitch who kept throwing it on the ground at the park, which I'm so sorry I didn't get footage of, by the way. But then again, I couldn't, see as how she snatched my phone off me, which is why I really need some kind of camera on my body instead of it always being my phone recording. So I need to look into that, getting some kind of body cam that's a bit discreet. Okay, you have a tablet, fair enough. I've got a laptop now, which I no offense, but I kind of hate it because it's so annoying. Guess what it wants me to do? It wants me to log in every time I go on it. So instead of just being automatically on, it wants me to log in every time I lift the lid. And guess what it wants me to do? It wants me to put in my old password. You know, the very password that you've forgotten, that I've changed because I forgot it. So it wants me to first put in my new password, and then it wants me to put in my old password, the one I forgot. So now I can't log into it because it wants my fucking old password. I don't even get it. So now I basically can't use it. There is an option to sign in as a guest. Sorry, use it as a guest, which I've done. I do that now, but I can't sign into my YouTube anymore because of it. Which is fine. I can just do YouTube stuff on the computer and my phone, at least. The only problem is I have to put all my newest videos on the laptop, the ones that I want to put on YouTube. So that's now that has become a problem. But what can you do? Like I say, technology just doesn't like me. So what can you do? Same with the printer. The printer doesn't work now. I've tried everything. And most people, like including my mum, would say, "Why don't you just ring up that know-how thing?" She says, "I'm paying a bloody fortune for that know-how thing. Why don't you use it?" It's like, well, because they'll just tell me the same stuff. They'll just tell me to log. They'll just tell me to turn it off and back on again. Or they'll just do that thing like they did once before where they put a driver on for the printer. And then they said, "Oh, yes, it works. It's showing the printer now." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks, bye." Didn't work. So they don't know anything really. They don't know. So I don't know. So I don't trust them. I personally have tried everything, including what they told me to do the last time, and it just doesn't work. So, yeah, we're screwed. But we're like the only ones who seem to have problems with technology. So, all I can say about that is we should just get a new printer and just make sure it's a wire one instead of a wireless one. So it'll just be easier. Because if it's plugged in, it's always connected. Whereas the wireless ones just never seem to connect no matter what. Like we've tried, it's been connected for a while, but it won't print from the computer. I can only print stuff from my phone, but now I can't even do that. So that's quite the pain in the arse. My mum can't either, by the way. We've tried everything. We've tried, because it told us to turn off the router and turn it back on again and reset that. I tried that. I've tried unplugging the printer and replugging it back in again. Printers are evil machines. Do you remember Homeward Bound where the dad in it said, print your like, you Stone Age piece of junk? That was so funny. Oh yeah, okay. I really want this tea, but I'd rather have it with my dinner, so, how dare she? She's not even... Oh, wait a minute. I just realised that plate was thrown away, wasn't it? Got to go. See you next time. It's a nice stream. Thank you very much. See you soon. So I'm just going to say real quick that I probably shouldn't... Hanks and Newman. Be safe. Good. It's a long process, but eventually I will publish Jeremiah's story. I think it's pretty good so far. It's obviously far from finished though, but I'm developing it slowly but surely. And it's also slow because you've also got to take into consideration that now I have to do my own animations now because no one will help me. And in order for me to do it professionally, I'd have to spend a fortune. Becky number 2 said that she could animate like a 5-minute animation for like £100, and I thought that's cheap. I was charged £1,500 for a 2-minute animation that was crap, so I would definitely say that's cheap. But I missed out on that now. She's too busy, which is fair enough, but I'm just pissed because I wanted to get this done, and now I've got the option to call colleges and ask them if they wouldn't mind lending me their animation students to help. At least I've got that option. But in the meantime, I'm going to do some animation myself. And I'm pretty pleased with the results so far. It's just that I have a problem. I get it's a problem with technology as usual. So I'm animating it. It's pretty good. But unfortunately, it's not saving anymore. So I thought maybe it's because my storage is full on the computer. So I've started deleting a whole bunch of videos now. And you know what? I've been doing that now. So I've been focusing on that instead. And I'm actually quite enjoying it because guess what? I'm getting to edit my videos as well. So as I'm going through my videos to see what I want to delete and what I don't, I'm editing the videos in the process. So I'm pretty pleased with what I've done so far. And it was just videos of like nature videos that I took, and I've edited them, and they're quite funny. I've made them funny. I made them funny by slowing them down in parts, and it just sounds really funny. Like there'll be birds chirping and pigeons cooing. And when it's slowed down, it's really, the sound is just so hilarious. And then it's like the birds will start flying, and then it'll be like dead slow motion. It's quite good. And it means like really short videos as well, so it's not like a dead long video of nothing happening. But obviously something's happening, but too much of that one thing might be boring. So I don't know how like short people's attention spans are, so I've made them shorter, but the bits that are still left are kind of funny because of the slow motion. It made me laugh anyway. So I deleted the long versions, and I kept a lot of the edited versions that were just like short clips that I've done. That might, if I upload them to YouTube, they might be shorts. I'm not really sure how short they are, but I think they're short enough to be shorts on YouTube and TikTok and stuff. So that'll be fun. That's if I can put them on the browser version of TikTok anyway, because there's no way I can get those videos on my phone. But we'll see anyway. There should be a browser version or something, shouldn't there? I think there should be a browser version of everything. I can get the browser version of WhatsApp, but that's about it so far. Oh, everybody's gone now. I've just got one person watching. Oh, anyway, thanks for all the likes anyway. So yeah, I'm pretty much animating this thing, and I've deleted a bunch of stuff now. Hopefully it will save my animations that I'm doing, because I thought how annoying would it be if I managed to animate an entire episode of Jeremiah's story only for it to not save and me lose all that work. That would really be, that would just be absolutely devastating. That would go insane if that happened. So I don't really want to do that until I can be sure it's going to save. So I'm going to delete more stuff, and I'm going to keep restarting my computer so it will kind of reset. And hopefully the more stuff I delete, the more likely it will save any work that I do in the future. So that's how I'm going to do it with that. And as for the printer, I have no idea. I suppose I will chance calling Know How. It's just called Know How, isn't it? I will call Know How. As far as I know, all my stuff's been backed up on Know How Cloud, so even the stuff I'm deleting should still be on there. So technically I can delete whatever I want, and I should still have it saved. Right, okay. Oh, and also I'm going to give you some updates before I sign off. Oh, that's weird. Something just dripped. Right, so some updates are for future content on this channel. I'm going to try and do more videos that are more niche, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do a few different ones and see which ones are more popular. I think I've told you about my plans for this channel before, but because I'm not too sure, I might mention it again. So I'm going to do story time videos whereby I'm all dressed up, all cool. I'm obviously going to do like art videos where I show my art and tell stories. So like a lot of you have suggested, I think it was Sean that suggested this, said that I should do comic strip. It might have been Issa, I'm not really sure, sorry if I get you mixed up, but I'm sure it was Sean that said it, that I should do comic strips or storyboard strips of Jeremiah's story and then narrate it, and obviously do the voices as well, so do dialogues. So I'm going to do stuff like that. I'm going to do colouring videos and streams of my art, and I'm going to do, like what Issa suggested, more fluffer puffers, squirrels, animals, and adventures. The only problem with adventures is that, you know, it reveals where I am. but it's not too bad, I guess. I do it with live streams because I don't have enough space to do videos of when I'm out and about, so I do prefer to do live streams when I'm on adventures. So I will do adventure live streams, and the videos are going to be more. I would like this channel to be more art and me talking about stuff while dressing up orientated. Adventures far away from home. Well, near home's fine. I'm just thinking about when I move. When I move, I don't want people knowing the new location. Because so far, pretty much everybody knows where I live at this point. Because I stupidly did videos or whatever, where I showed the general area and people did work out where I lived from that. So, boo, that was a bit daft of me. But I need to be more careful when I move. So when I move, I'm afraid I won't be probably doing, I will be doing live streams, but I'll be doing them far away from where I actually live. So yeah. And obviously I'll be doing like videos where I don't really show the house, you know. So I'll do what most YouTubers do, where they have a setup. I want a setup here actually, where I have a cool thing, you know, a cool design on the wall or something, and me just sat. What I want is like an office sort of theme design for my backdrop, my background. You know, like a nice mafia boss, king of the universe sort of vibe going on. But I don't really know. I mean, obviously I could put up like a big thing like that on the wall there. He's that white thing there. So have like a thing like that behind me, and then sort of put things on the wall that I want to be seen, designs and stuff, and then have like a desk here, and then place the camera behind the desks. Well, I'll be behind the desk and they'll be at the front of the desk. You guys will be maybe on a big old tripod or a big like table thing, so you can see like the desk, and I'd be sitting in a chair, preferably like a big chair that looks, you know, like a throne or something, or a big fancy desk chair. Production studio or streams. I don't know, it'll look like a special occasion videos like Halloween, cosplay, dressing up is nice. So home location not revealed. That's right. On special occasion videos like Halloween. Definitely. So I'll only gonna have Halloween specials and Christmas specials and all sorts, of course. So for my Halloween special, I'm hoping to do either videos or live streams of me going to a costume party, and I'm going to be dressing up as Jeremiah. It's going to be the Jeremiah costume that you guys have not seen though, because I know I have dressed up as Jeremiah for you guys before, but I've not done the full thing. It's like in the past I've not had the blue suit, but I've just had the wig, so I've just worn a, you know, just a normal black suit with the wig and the makeup. And of course I've had to do like different coloured tail and ears, but now I've actually got the blonde tail and ears. I haven't done the proper full thing for you guys with the white shirt, red tie, blue suit, the blonde spiky wig, and the blonde tail and ears and the makeup. I haven't done like and the wings. I haven't done the full thing for you guys yet, so I'm going to be, now I've got all the costume pieces at last. After all these years, I've finally got a full Jeremiah costume that looks really accurate to his look. So now, well, I haven't got everything. There's only one, I think there's no, two things missing. The muzzle, because I am planning on getting a muzzle made, so it's just going to be like a mask that goes under my jaw and over my nose, and it's going to be like a proper moving muzzle. So it's not going to be the full mask or like a full like furry head. It's just going to be like this bit, and then I'll just do makeup here. And then I want it to be like really small and streamlined, like it looks like it's part of my face, and it's going to be moving, and it's going to have fangs. I was thinking about having like the inner mouth put in like the tongue and everything, but I thought no, because then I won't be able to. I was hoping I'd be able to like eat and drink. So if I feed food through the muzzle and maybe even a straw, I can reach my real mouth. So like I could get like, if I was eating, I could get like a long spoon or fork and just like spoon feed inside the mask so I can still eat and drink while wearing it. So I thought maybe I shouldn't have like a proper innard in it, like a tongue or anything. So yeah, I think that's really cool. Jeremiah cosplay and future Halloween ideas, vampire or zombie Jeremiah. That does sound amazing. I have actually imagined that. I do have an idea for that, but unfortunately I don't have, well, I kind of do. Like, I've got a tuxedo type thing that would look very vampire-ish. I've got fangs. But I haven't got that, like, vampire collar thing that they have, like that big collar. And I haven't got a... I've got a Dracula thing. Sash thing with a little... It looks like the sun, actually. I used to have a vampire costume, but I think I got rid of it because I've not seen it for years. So it's a good idea. I just don't have all the costume pieces yet, but I do have costume pieces for the classic Jeremiah look. It does sound awesome. I've imagined a sort of zombie undead vibe Jeremiah, but I don't have all the costume pieces for that yet, so I can't do that one. But the vampire version is doable. All I need is that collar thing, and I need like you see this? It looks like a cravat. And I do believe that you can get like a built-in ruffle, so you can like put it round. It's like a big fluffy thing that looks dead fancy and stuff. I used to have one because it was part of the vampire costume that I had. But unfortunately, I don't know where it is now, but it must be in the house somewhere. I've just got to find it. Hopefully I can do that look. I found the sash, the vampire, like Dracula sash thing that I've got, which I got from Asda. My friend got it for me years ago. So yeah, I just need that big collar thing that Dracula has, and I need the ruffle thing. But for now I can do the bow tie version. Cape. There we go, cape. Yes, that's the one. The collar thing is part of the cape, of course. Again, I had that, but I don't seem to have it anymore. However, I have been shopping around for a cape. Yeah, I found some real good ones. Proper Supreme Ruler of the Universe vibes it gives. Because they're more pastel, like ones like purple and other colours as well. I'm off to bed as I'm tired. Alright, good night then. Have a nice night. I'm going to quickly show my art, and then I'm going to stop as well because I'd really like to eat and get changed. So I've got a few new ideas for outfits as well, so I'd like to show those. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, so yeah, I'd like to, so yeah, the only things missing from my Jeremiah look is the muzzle, the long muzzle. You know, the long muzzle with the long bumpy tongue that's really good at pleasuring women. It makes him really good at oral sex because he's got the long bumpy tongue and the long muzzle. And he dribbles. Jeremiah does produce a lot of saliva, so he does dribble. Must be to do with the fact that he's severely inbred, but yes, he does. Costume pieces are cheap, you can tweak it. If I was a Reaper cosplaying at Nintendo and GN Cookie Fatty. Oh yeah, good night, Cookie Fatty. Yeah, I want to do that. Sleep well, be safe. Yes, same to you, Cookie Fatty. My intentions exactly. Sentiments, I mean. Would you like to see it? Oh, I've got the wings as well. So yeah, all I'm missing is the muzzle and the paws. Now my friend B1 is going to be making me some blonde fingerless glove paws with little pads on. So they're going to be blonde and they're going to have, I think, brown paw pads. For some reason I kept imagining pink paw pads. And a cane would be nice as well, yes. I used to have a vintage walking cane with a dog head on it, but unfortunately I don't know what happened to that. Again, something else that I don't know what's happened. But I'm going to show you guys. So if you'll come with me, I'm going to show you the shit. I'm going to bring my phone in case my mum rings me. 1 minute. So apparently it's trying to print. I'm going to show you the costume pieces I have, even though it's dead dark, so forgive me. I'm just going to put you guys in here. I'll be right back. Just don't go away. I'll be right back, okay? Right, I've decided I am going to go now, so thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon. Thanks for all the likes and everything.